Donald Trump is suing CBS in Texas for fake news. It's November 1st, 2024, and these are your headlines. Former President Donald Trump has filed a lawsuit in the Northern District of Texas federal court against CBS Broadcasting after Vice President Kamala Harris's 60 Minutes interview. The lawsuit alleges that, quote, to paper over Kamala's word salad weakness, CBS used its national platform on 60 Minutes to cross the line from the exercise of judgment in reporting to deceitful, deceptive manipulation of news. The lawsuit goes on to explain that CBS aired two different versions of the interview with Harris, which was conducted by CBS journalist Bill Whitaker. In both versions, she gave different answers when asked about Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Trump's counsel sent a letter to CBS demanding that they release the full, unedited transcript of the interview. However, their counsel sent a letter back saying they would decline to release the transcript. And after a second attempt to get them to release it, Trump filed the lawsuit saying CBS violated public trust. He's asking for a jury trial for all triable issues. He's also asking for compensatory damages in the amount greater than $75,000 and approximated at $10 billion, an order enjoining CBS's ongoing false, misleading, and deceptive acts and attorney's fees and costs. A CBS spokesman called the claims false and without merit. The lawsuit was filed right here in Texas, U.S. District Court, Northern District, Amarillo Division. The Texas Workforce Commission has removed language from their website falsely claims or implies that sexual orientation and gender identity are protected classes in Texas. A web page dedicated to employment discrimination defined employment discrimination as, quote, where an employer treats an applicant or employee less favorably merely because of a person's race, color, religion, sex, sexual orientation, gender identity, national origin, disability, or status as a veteran. Employment discrimination also applies to work situations such as hiring, firing, promotions, harassment, training, wages, and benefits. Well, State Representative Brian Harrison brought attention to the matter, saying his office would be demanding answers. Less than 24 hours later, the TWC appears to have backtracked. An update to the webpage now currently omits the terms sexual orientation and gender identity. TWC did not respond to a request for comment on whether any policy change was made along with the removal of the language. A proponent of adding sexual orientation as a protected class in 2019, somebody you might know, it was House Speaker Dade Phelan. Before he became Speaker, Dade Phelan served as the chair of the State Affairs Committee in the House. And so that year, the Senate passed 5 pieces of legislation that would have prevented local governments from micromanaging private businesses. And when that legislation was sent to the House and referred to his committee, Dade Phelan added a non-discrimination rider for sexual orientation to each bill in an effort to appease LGBT activists. He told the media he was done talking about bashing on the gay community. That legislation ultimately didn't pass that year. Due to his efforts, Phelan was only one of 3 Texas House Republicans to receive a positive grade from Equality Texas, which is a pro-LGBT advocacy organization.
America is at a crossroads. Now, more than ever, Texas must step up and lead the country. We don't have time to mess around. The only way to save America is with a strong Texas. You and I know this, but so do the enemies of life and liberty. Therefore, you and I have no choice but to stand up and fight. I'm Sarah Gonzalez, and to the enemies of liberty, I say, come and take it.
A now former Texas teacher was arrested and charged with aggravated sexual assault of a child, along with 9 other sex crimes against a student, more than 2 years after he was allowed to resign while under investigation for those allegations. David Rios taught law enforcement at Samuel Clemens High School in Shirt-Cibola Universal City Independent School District, just northeast of San Antonio. Rios was arrested October 18th in Guadalupe County and charged with 10 felony counts, 1 count of aggravated sexual assault of a child, 4 counts of sexual assault of a child, and 5 counts of improper relationship between educator and student. The alleged offenses occurred from April through November 2021. According to the Seguin Gazette, the indictment accused Rios of sexually assaulting a female student under the age of 17 on 5 separate days, and also alleges he threatened the girl. District officials placed Rios on administrative leave in February 2022 when those allegations arose, then allowed him to resign his position in April 2022 while the investigation continued. For more of today's stories, go to TexasScorecard.com.